You're mesmerized by looking at your own self, huh?
No.
Okay, so I think the reason why you wanted me to do this was you wanted me to tell the story
Of the Walker Coonhound.
Caitlin had a half day today, and I had to go get us some groceries. And I left the dog in. I didn't let him out to go do his business this morning and run around and do all the stuff he does. I can only let him out for a little while because he starts to bay. And coonhounds bay. Well, they have different sounds depending on the coonhound. And ours, there's the burr, and then there's the burr. Okay. The burr is kind of cute. The is not cute, and that's what our dog does.
And
my neighbor doesn't like it very much.
Also, our dog goes like this.
Yes, he goes. Yeah, he makes that for a long. Only it's not that nice high pitched vocalization you just did. It's not that operatic sound. No, it's not cool. It's scary. Okay. Okay. Do you want me to tell the story? Do you want me to tell it? Yeah. Stop looking at yourself. Okay, let me tell it. Okay, so I dropped Caitlin off at school, and I went and I got some zucchini and some tomatoes and some bell peppers. I've thrown things together before without a recipe, and turns out good. Okay, so I went and got those things, got home. What did I do first? Told the dog to hang on a minute. What are you doing?
Mining.
Oh, okay. So I told the dog to hang on a minute, went in the kitchen, put all my groceries away, started cutting up the zucchini, and I realized I hadn't put the dog out yet, and I could hear him whimper, and I went, oh. So I went and I got the dog. I put the dog out. Everything was going fine. Fed the dog. He was running around, doing his rounds. He goes and he checks, make sure everything's safe in the backyard. And he starts yelling at me. He'll go stand at the kitchen window and look at me right through the window and until I let him in. Well, I was busy, so I tried to ignore him and just finish cutting up preparing what I needed to cut up. So I got the bell peppers cut, I got the zucchini cut, and I got the tomatoes cut, and how far did I get? Well, anyway, had a good amount of trash, and I decided I didn't want the wet trash in the house. So I scooped up all that stuff, put the griddle on the stove, put some ground beef on there, got that cooking, pulled out the crock pot, walked outside the backyard, dealt with Charlie, played with Charlie a little bit, and then went out the back garage door that goes out. You are a goofball. That goes out to the alley. I have to make sure I shut that back door or the dog follows me out. And when he gets freedom, when he sees an opening, he runs like he's a greyhound. I think he's faster than a greyhound. Okay, cut that out. Anyway, okay, so I took the trash, got the trash out, managed to make sure that door was shut. Heard some running around upstairs in the garage that sounded an awful lot like little critters, so I'm a little concerned what's living in there, so that's another task I have to get done. So I'm kind of calculating all the little tasks that I have to do as I'm walking through this garage and seeing things that are concerning to me, like, water puddles and that kind of thing. So, or could have been condensation. I'm hoping it was condensation because you can't have a leaky roof. Put all that stuff out there in the bins. Saw my neighbor, said hi. Charlie, when he heard me talking to somebody, so I had to get out of there real fast. Shut the door. Got the door to the garage shut. Charlie standing there waiting for me. Asked him if he wanted to go inside, and he's like, ready to go. So walked in, Told him to wipe his feet. He wiped his feet. I got a special carpet just for him. He wipes his feet on it. Oh, good job, Charlie. And I told him to go to the bathroom because that's where he goes and he hangs out. And he goes right in there. And usually the Chihuahua barks at him on the way. It's this ridiculous rivalry between this Chihuahua and this Walker Coonhound. Anyway, and it's a small size Chihuahua, so I get this great big Coonhound. And thank you, Caitlin. All right, so I didn't hear the Chihuahua. Checked the meat. Meat was fine. Started putting the zucchini in the pan, in the crock pot, and all the vegetables in the crock pot. And, turn the burner up real high, because I had frozen ground beef. Yep, you got to thaw it. And that just makes it thaw faster. You put some water there and the steam kind of thaws it. And then you turn it down and you can brown it, and real nice. Took one step out the living room, front door is wide open. I didn't lock it. I didn't latch it. So Chihuahua opened the door and had already snuck out while I was outside putting the trash out. So I walked out, called for Charlie a couple times, neither dog's anywhere to be seen. Step out, find the Chihuahua standing forlornly looking out into the street as though she's a lost dog standing by my mailbox. So I bend over and I pick her up, and then I look over at my neighbor's yard, who has just put in concrete sidewalks and has it all roped off. And here comes the Walker Coonhound, flopping ears, running like a greyhound, charging, runs right up to the sidewalk and diverts himself and keeps running. Thank goodness. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, geez, I got to get this dog in. I'm calling him, and he's, when a Walker Coonhound runs off, they don't hear you. They know you're calling them, but they got better things to do than to listen to you. So he runs and turns the corner, and I'm like, I'm not running. And I yelled for him. Nothing happens. And I just stood there. After a while, he comes running back, and he looks at me. He's running back like he's going to come back. And I'm like, oh, good. And then he stops, and he just stares at me. And he kind of gives a little lunge. And I took one step forward. He turned around. He's gone. And I can see through the fence. They have those little cracks in the boards, little tiny cracks. And you can see his silhouette through the cracks, through each. And he's standing there just waiting. And then he peeks around the corner at me. Yeah. Okay, so the neighbor walks out that has the sidewalk and the concrete. Stop doing that. Oh, crinkly paper. Anyway, so she decides to start helping me call Charlie. Charlie starts to run towards me. I continue to walk towards him. He takes off. He runs all the way out around the block, down around to right where the house is that's across the street from me, and then run in and stand by a tree. So I walked over and I pretended to be looking at the ground next to him so that he didn't take off, and he came over to see what I was looking at. And just then he realized I was going to grab me, looks at me, and he took off. So he runs out around the house, misses the sidewalk again. Cut that out. Then he goes out and he runs past the backyard. Now I find out she's got the driveway to her garage. She's just paved too. And he's like charging towards there. I'm talking greyhound speed. Like you see in the cartoons when they're that's what, yeah. And she was trying to help me, and I told her I have to wait till he feels like it. Got 2 houses down. I'm like, Charlie, this isn't very nice. Can you please be nice to your mama? And he stops. He let me put the collar on. He let me walk him to the house. It's awesome. And then, I decide to tell him what a good boy he is, because I figure that'll make him, next time I try to catch him, he'll be cooler. Hi, you. He'll be cooler about coming to me when I call him. So, so you wanted me to tell this story. Okay, so I walked around the block and I see my extra nosy neighbor walking around outside my house. She looks up, sees me, and walks straight into her front door, and I thought, what's going on? So as I get closer to my house, I hear beep, 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 fire alarms going off. So I went in there and I had blackened my beef. Got the dog put away. Shut the door. I had to leave the door open. I had to get the air out of there. And I opened the back door. I got Charlie put away in the bathroom. Now I got the Chihuahua wanting to run out the door. At the same time, I picked up a towel and I'm spinning it like a fan to try to get the air away from the fire alarm so it'll stop going. I've got the meat off. I turned the meat down. I turned the meat over so that it would start to, cook the other side and thaw the other side of the big hunk of hamburger. And Chihuahua goes out the back door. So I have to chase Chihuahua out the back door. Got the fire alarm to go off. Chihuahua's out the back door. Get the Chihuahua back in. Shut that door. Fire alarm starts going off again because now because I put water in the pan and it made steam and I had steam and smoke. And I opened the back door again, got that out of there, put that back on the stove. I've got the towel spinning. I'm walking through the house, spinning the towel. Got over there, chunked up that meat. Got the burnt meat off the hamburger. Got rid of that. And then got it put in the pan. Got everything ready to go and realized I was 5 minutes late picking up this one. So threw everything in the crock pot and the rest is sitting on the stove. That hurt. Well, this is the first live video I've made, and obviously this is about how my conversations go. Yep. All right, get back there in your seat. Hook your seatbelt. We'll go home and eat what I cooked. What do you think? Does that sound good? I want that in my eye. Okay, enough. You're going to mess up your teeth. Yeah. Your mouth's going to stay that way. You're going to pull that out and go, you're going to look like a fish everywhere you go. Okay, I'm shutting this off.
No. Not yet. Not yet.
So is that everything? Did I forget to tell any of the story?
You forgot something.
What did I forget?
You forgot that I'm almost 8.
Yep. You got a birthday coming.
My birthday is in 9 days.
Yep.
And my birthday is November 27th. And the date that I was born is November 27th, 2010.
Okay, that's enough detail. If we're going to do a video, you can't give details about yourself.
7.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, that's enough.
My mom is
all right, 44. How do you shut this off?
She is 44.
Will you okay, in the seat, seatbelt on. You like your allowance? How much allowance do you get a week?
2.
2 what?
$1.
Okay, what happens when you don't listen?
I'll lose.
You lose. You lose. You lose what?
$1.
You lose a quarter.
I lose $1.
You lose a quarter.
I lose $1.
Do you want to lose $1?
No.
Get in your chair.
It's not a chair.
Okay. Get in your chair now. I hear one more talk back. You're losing a quarter. You're setting off my tardive dyskinesia, kiddo. I'm starting to blink. Hook the seatbelt.
Bye-bye, camera.
If you want to do things like this, you got to follow the rules.
Oh my gosh! Another one!
Yep. There's a dog.
Another Chihuahua skunk!
That's not a Chihuahua skunk. That's a Scotty.
That's a Chihuahua skunk.
Scotty.
Chihuahua skunk. That's definitely a Chihuahua skunk.
That's not a Chihuahua. It's a Scotty.
It's a Scotty.
It's an Irish setter.
It's an Irish setter skunk.
Okay. All right. How do we shut this off?
It's an Irish setter skunk.
Let's see what that does.
Irish
Share
and
mute
woo.
microphone. And comment. Hey, shut this off.
Bye-bye, camera.
Reconnect, but we're reconnecting.
Hello, camera.
Hi, camera. Okay, let's see. I think I got it now.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Are you wanting to stop? Yes! Okay.